since we don't know if there'll be another opportunity to apply for the same money, or if the next opportunity is to apply for additional money for something else, then I would say that you are failing to abide by the statute in regard to applying for this planning grant, because that is what the statute required you to do.
And Commissioner, I mean, from what I'm hearing you say, you got this indication somehow that there might be other grants, but when you decided not to apply for the grant, you don't know for sure one way or the other whether there will be additional grants authorized under this. Do you know what the appropriation is for the grants?
Mr. Chairman and members of the task force, I mean, every indication is from, this is from the White House, HHS, everybody that has any control over those federal appropriations for those planning and establishment grants have said there will be multiple opportunities in the future for just that work in the next 2.5 years for states.
I think the Mayo Clinic has been very forthright, very candid, very transparent, frankly, very vocal in their concerns with regard to this latest action. And it comes on top of, and I think that's important to look at the cumulative effect, it comes on top of the rejection of early enrollment for Medicaid. This on top of that, for that one entity, which is our largest private employer, at a time when we continue to struggle with jobs in our economy, alone represents a $25 million loss to that entity. And the clinic, and in the statement that it's issued, indicates that this decision impacts the viability of this economic engine for our state.
Comments, reviewing the fact that the Mayo Clinic leadership did praise the governor today or this morning about his decision to accept the FMAP enhancement of the stimulus bill as well. The understanding about this decision about one funding grant opportunity, whether that is a decision about universal health coverage in Minnesota, is not the point. It's whether or not the exchange dollars and the planning and establishment activities of this state will be consistent with what is going to happen in 2014, and whether that is a good idea, and it is whether the state should invest its resources on that as the rules of the game continue to change. I'm saying that at the same time that Senator Ron Wyden, who a well-respected U.S. Senator from Oregon, is advising his state, for example, my counterparts in his state, to seek a waiver from the federal health care reform bill because they don't want to establish an exchange. Interesting developments are starting to develop over time about how people are viewing the entire federal health care reform.